Hey, I just fucked two sisters real life, same bed. One thing they know about me, they know I keep one in their head. I got good weed rolled up and some raw. Believe nothing that you heard and half of what you saw. Be your own boss. Be your own shooter. I love pretty young bitches, but I might fuck a cougar. I just did 160 past the state troopers. I ain't stopping. If they want me, they gonna have to shoot.
The man didn't shake my hand. He didn't shake my hand at all. He was standing like this. He wasn't smiling, none of this shit. The man said, "Congratulations to the men that won an Oscar before me," and walked the fuck off.
Why did they keep trying to make it a rap beef between you and Gotti, though?
If it's something about you I just don't respect, bro, I can't sit and fake and act like it's all good.
That's understandable.
Know what I'm saying? Right. Like, the first time I even met Lil Dude, go in the studio. First time. He sent everybody out the studio. Like, let me holler at Dolph. Like, man, you got your own everything, bro. You popping. You like, bro, you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You're like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. You ain't like Zilla. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Zilla. You ain't like Starlito. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. It's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artists and throw your artists up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? So it's like a red alert the first time I met him.
You feel like
I can't
you're
respect
gonna say
that.
about me?
No, it's just, I can't respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, let me tell you no secret. Got it. The only nigga I know gave more Memphis niggas more shots than any nigga from Memphis, including myself. On my soul. I'm trying, no lie. 3-6 Mafia, I ain't made nobody rich. Dolph ain't made nobody rich. Me, myself, and I haven't made nobody rich. Got it. The only niggas turn niggas to millionaires on my soul. Swear to God. It's crazy. Like, we made ourselves rich. They made themselves rich. But got it, big head ass. That nigga made some niggas rich. I'm on your ass, got it. I'm friendly competition. I'm gonna make somebody rich. I swear to God, I'm good.
The title King of Memphis was never just a nickname. It became a badge of pride, a challenge, and later, a reason people lost real lives. This didn't start with young Dolph. It didn't stay on records, and it didn't end quietly. What began as a fight for respect slowly turned into something far darker. And once the crown was claimed, there was no turning back. Before Yo Gotti ever touched the crown, Memphis already had rulers. 36. Mafia weren't just popular. They were history in motion. They brought the city its first real national push. They went gold. They went platinum. They even brought home an Oscar in 2006 for It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. For many people, that moment alone locked their legacy forever. They didn't just make hit records. They shaped a sound that later spread across the whole country. The heavy bass, the dark energy, the street talk, all of it traveled far beyond Memphis. By the time Yo Gotti was working his way up in the late 90s and early 2000s, 36 Mafia were already legends inside the city. That gap in status mattered. Even if nobody admitted it out loud, the question was already floating in the air. Who really represented Memphis now? At first, that question stayed quiet. That silence didn't last long, but once Gotti's music started gaining real traction, the tone shifted. Early in his career, Yo Gotti moved smart. On his second album, Life, he even rapped that he wasn't ready to call himself king yet. He said he'd leave that decision to the fans. At that stage, the respect between camps still looked intact. As his mixtapes grew louder and his name traveled faster, things changed. Projects with DJ Drama pushed his movement into new spaces. The streets started paying closer attention. Industry money followed. The hunger didn't slow down. Then came the moment that shifted everything. Gotti released a mixtape interlude titled Real King of Memphis. That alone felt like a direct message. DJ Paul didn't miss it. He had already claimed that title years earlier. He had already built the track record to back it. Crunchy Black joined in too. He and other 36 Mafia members made it clear they weren't handing the crown over quietly. This wasn't a debate anymore, it was a contest. And once two sides plant their flags, fireworks aren't far behind. Crunkfest 2004 became the night everything tipped over. Yo Gotti took the stage with heavy energy. Then suddenly, around 40 people rushed the platform with him. All of them wore bright red shirts with Triple Mafia printed across the front in white letters. That wasn't random. Everyone in the building knew what it meant. Some fans cheered, others booed. The room split instantly. Tension filled the air so thick it felt like a held breath. After the set ended, chaos broke loose. Fights erupted inside the venue. Security struggled for nearly half an hour to restore control. Outside in the parking lot, another massive brawl erupted. Police flooded the area. Reports of loud pops followed soon after. Though no one was struck, the show ended early. The damage didn't. That night burned the feud into the city's memory. From that point on, everyone understood this had moved past music. Now, the records were about to sound different. Once the stage fight faded, the microphones went back on. Gotti dropped bars that left no doubt about his target. DJ Paul answered without saying names, but the message landed loud. Street crews began choosing sides. One group that leaned close to Gotti's camp was True Mafia. At the same time, young Dolph was growing stronger as an independent force. His rise put him right in the center of the storm between two giants. Dolph wasn't just another rapper. He represented freedom from labels. He built Paper Route Empire from the ground up, and that made his voice heavy. When his name entered the mix, the feud didn't multiply by 2. It multiplied by 10. And that's when Black Youngsta stepped forward. Black Youngsta didn't stay quiet. One viral clip showed him calling out Dolph directly. In another moment, he was seen riding through Dolph's neighborhood with his crew, making it clear he wanted to be seen. The internet went wild. Dolph answered back online. He accused Gotti and Youngsta of playing police-type games instead of handling things directly. Then he added more fuel by praising 36 Mafia publicly. He posted their Oscar win and thanked them for opening doors for Memphis artists. Inside the same message, he took aim at someone who built attention by hating instead of creating. Members of 36 Mafia openly backed Dolph during that time. The pressure kept rising, but the forces moving behind this feud were much deeper than most people knew. Young Dolph once had ties to a rising street rapper named J Money. J Money showed love to Dolph in real life, not just online. He posted about Dolph visiting his neighborhood. He called Paper Route his family. J Money was respected where he was from. He also had industry ties. He was close with Chief Keef and the Chicago drill scene. They appeared together in photos and in music mentions. Other Memphis artists recognized his reach too. Behind the scenes, J Money had connections to True Mafia. That made his position rare. He could move between circles that usually never touched. In 2016, J Money was taken out in a street incident believed to be revenge-driven. That moment shattered the balance inside True Mafia. Internal division followed fast. One part of the group broke off and formed Double R, short for Rich and Ruthless. From there, the back and forth turned ugly. Diss tracks turned into real threats. Names named in songs became targets in real life. One Double R member known as Baby Grape was later taken out. Retaliation followed. Another Trilla member known as Z was lost. The war snowballed from there. One rapper even dropped a track openly daring the other side to act. Not long after, he was taken into custody on attempted charges over separate incidents. The streets were on fire. Then Dolph made a move that shocked many people watching from the outside. Young Dolph signed Big Unk to Paper Route Empire. That choice raised eyebrows immediately. Big Unk was tied to Double R, the same group in conflict with True Mafia. Dolph had once been close to J Money, so people couldn't understand why he would align with someone connected to the opposite side of that split. Whether intentional or not, that move pushed lines into the open. From that point forward, True Mafia drifted closer to CMG. Big Unk and his crew shifted deeper toward Dolph's side. The city drew invisible borders. Then, the attempts on Dolph's life began. The first happened in Charlotte in 2017. His SUV was struck with over 100 rounds in broad daylight near a youth basketball event. 3 men were taken into custody, including Black Youngsta. Charges were later dropped, but the message stayed loud. Only months later, Dolph was ambushed again outside a hotel in Hollywood. A fight broke out in the valet area. He was knocked to the ground. Then, gunfire followed. He survived after surgery. Witnesses named Yo Gotti as a person of interest. One of Gotti's close associates was arrested nearby. Once again, no charges stuck. 2 warnings had already been written in metal. The third time didn't give him a chance to escape. It happened in broad daylight. Young Dolph pulled up to Makita's Homemade Cookies, a place he often supported and visited. Moments later, 2 masked shooters approached and opened fire. They fled the scene in a getaway car. The footage spread quickly, the city froze. Within weeks, arrests were made. Justin Johnson, known online as Straight Drop, was charged. Cornelia Smith followed. Later, prosecutors named a third man, Hernandez Govan, as the planner behind the plot. During court hearings, a new name cut through the room. Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, was mentioned as someone who had once put money behind a hit on Dolph before losing his own life in a separate act of violence. The circle closed in on itself. Artists spoke out. Memphis mourned. Fans demanded answers. And once again, the throne of King of Memphis stood in silence, surrounded by loss. Even Crunchy Black spoke on the danger that still hangs over the city. He warned that survival in the streets means staying alert at all times. At the same time, he spoke about the deep pain of losing people close to you. The feud that once lived in lyrics had now rewritten real lives. This story didn't begin as a street war. It began as pride, as competition, as the hunger to represent a city on a bigger stage. One side already stood as pioneers. The other side rose fast and refused to wait its turn. Music became messages. Messages became movements. Movements became lines that couldn't be crossed without consequence. Gangs picked sides. Young artists followed leaders. Deals, disses, and loyalty blurred into the same fight. Young Dolph paid the highest price. The title King of Memphis still exists. People still debate who deserves it. Gotti still stands as one of the city's most powerful figures. 36 Mafia's legacy still stands untouched by time, but the cost of that crown is written in faces that never returned home. So when fans argue over who really wears it, they're rarely arguing about music anymore. They're arguing over a throne that left permanent scars on a city that already carried enough weight of its own. And the hardest part is this: the battle for the crown never truly ended. It only changed form.